All right, it's Marketing Food Online, and in this video, I'm actually going to give you the steps to sell food from home online. And if you can sell food from home online, how can you? And if you can't, what are some of the options to sell food, whether you're making it or selling repackaged product? I'm going to dive into it. I'm going to give you some examples and some great tips, and we're going to get to that right now. All right, it's Damien, and this is Marketing Food Online. This is YouTube's premier food entrepreneur channel where we cover food entrepreneurship from the scratch, from the bottom up. If you're starting from nowhere and you want to create a food product, if you want to do a food truck, you want to sell food from home locally, or you want to get online and sell a food product or resell prepackaged food products, we cover the gamut of questions to help you get your food business up and running. I am a food entrepreneur for over a decade. It's been 12 years now. My wife and I used to own and operate Italian bakeries, and then we went online, and now we operate multiple stores through the internet. So I have quite a bit of experience in this field. So I want to help you guys out, understand what you can and can't do, as well as just give you a bunch of resources to help you find out your answers to your questions quick and fast so you can get started as well. So this is one of the most popular questions, I guess, or the question that I get asked the most is I want to sell food from home, but I want to do an online business. Can I or can't I? And if I can't, what are some of the options to do it? So I'm going to give you a bunch of steps, a handful of steps here. I'm going to give you some great information, and then also check down below this video in the descriptions section, in the description down below. I'm going to give you a bunch of other resources that you can click onto and find out the answers. Now, as always, I give you a lot of great actionable information. That's information that you can take action on, but do your due diligence, of course. Do your own homework and find out, because every city and county, these are the most important things. Every city and county has their own rules, regulations, even zoning issues and all of that. So you want to find out in your city and county where you are what is allowed and what can be, okay? What can be done and what you can't do. Now, number one, I'm going to start off right off the bat. The biggest and most important question to ask yourself when you want to sell food online is, where are you selling the food from? Okay? Two places, two options, either home or commercial. Now, in every state, can I sell food online from my home? Is it allowed? No, it is not, because that is interstate commerce. If you're going to open a website, you're going to sell outside of your state and ship a product from your home to another state where a customer is, that's normally not allowed. In some, very few, but there are some states that actually allow you to do that. You can. This is, again, where it boils down to you finding out specifically where you are and what you can and can't do from home as far as selling interstate, which is online. Now, commercial facility. Now, if I go to rent, a commercial space and it's licensed, and I got my food business insurance, I'm an LLC, and I have a commercial warehouse and I'm selling, well, yeah, of course you can, but that's not from home. Okay, so if you're in a commercial spot, that's totally different. That opens a lot of doors. Now, are there certain licenses? Are there certain permits? Yes, there is. If you're going to resell food and you're out of a commercial warehouse, there are potential licenses and permits, as well as food business insurance. And if you have workers, then you've got workers' compensation insurance. There is a big gamut of things that you can do, but there's a lot that you have to do in order to sell online. So ask yourself that question. If you're doing it from home, can I sell it online? No. For the most part, you can't. Now, in some states under cottage food laws, you can actually sell a product. You can make a transaction online, but you have to deliver it in person. So the personal delivering of your product to the end user, to the customer, is allowed. There's very few states. I believe it's four or five states that can do that. But definitely find out for your state. If you're watching and listening to the video and what I'm saying right now, check for your state's availability for that type of law. Now, there's some other things that you got to think about. If you're going to do this, if you're a commercial facility and you're selling interstate sales, you need to register with the FDA under its Anti-Bioterrorism Act. You have to make sure that you're registered with the FDA with your facility. Because if you're shipping product over state lines and you're a commercial distributor of food, if you're holding food, if you're preparing food and then storing it and warehousing it and shipping it, and et cetera, you have to be registered with the FDA, okay? That means that you go to their website, fill out a form, you give them the information about your facility so they know where the food is coming from, basically. So definitely look into that as well. Now, number 2, licensing. Permits, local and state level licensing and laws. Now, if you are, again, I want to compare the two types of places. If you're selling from home, you need to make sure you have the right permits and licensing under the cottage food laws that allows you to sell locally or potentially sell online, as I just mentioned. But you make sure there's permits, licensing, in some cases, even food safety courses that you have to take. So find out from your state and city if those are required. Now, you have to understand there's like 3 layers of laws that you potentially need to basically follow. Number 1, the states will establish laws for food businesses, okay? If you run a business in general, you have to have a business license, etc. Now, as it trickles down to local municipalities and local ordinances, you have to make sure you abide by those cities and counties that have set up those different laws in the areas. So from a home, one of the things is zoning. That actually brings me to number 3. The next one up would be zoning. Some cities and counties don't have or don't allow commercial style businesses to take place because of the zoning. You're in a residential area, so you can't operate a food distribution center, obviously, from your home. So again, the question is what license, permit, and if I need a food handling card, do I need to have one of those? Is there courses that I need to take that are set up by the state? And is the local municipalities even allowed to let me do this through their zoning? If it's not zoned for that, well, then guess what? You have to get a commercial facility to do it. Number 4. So what type of food product are you looking to sell? Are you going to make a food product yourself at the place where you are, if it's your home or a commercial facility, and then sell it? Or are you simply buying it as a wholesaler would? You buy it in bulk and then resell it online. Those are prepackaged, already made food products that you're not opening, you're not manipulating, you're not doing anything to them. So number 4 is figuring out what kind of food are you going to sell. Okay, so if you're going to make it, then there's a handful of laws that you got to follow and abide by. If you're going to obviously resell prepackaged foods, there's again a set of laws and regulations that would follow and abide by for that type of business model. So you got to figure out which of those 2 is really going to be the one you're going to do. So number 5, next up, so let's say you get all of that done and you've got yourself your commercial facility, your license and permits, and your insurance, okay? Now you're going to create a website. So I highly recommend, as I do to a lot of my clients I do consulting with, is creating your own website. You can do the hosting. You can do a website, build one on Weebly.com, Shopify, Square. You can use any of these platforms you wish, but also incorporate Etsy and eBay. Even if you're not selling a ton of stuff on Etsy at first or a ton of stuff on eBay, always have those 3, your own website, eBay, and Etsy. It's extremely difficult to create a website and immediately think that you're going to get traffic or even drive traffic to a brand new website and start selling products. That is easier said than done. From my own experience, trust me, I've developed and built all 6 of ours, and I can tell you I've worked on GoDaddy, I've worked with Weebly and Shopify. It is not an easy task to get traffic to your site immediately. So why eBay and Etsy? Well, eBay and Etsy has a built-in customer base of millions of customers who go there already. So if you're selling a food product, you want to get it in front of millions of people's eyes, well then eBay and Etsy is a place you need to have some type of online exposure to. I don't say Amazon right off the bat because Amazon is something that takes time to learn and you have to understand how the platform works, how the metrics works, what's expected of you as a seller. You have to get ungated as a food seller on Amazon. There's a lot to it. So do you do that right off the bat with no e-commerce experience? Absolutely not. Do not recommend that. eBay and Etsy, you can literally open a store in less than a day. Yes, a day, because it doesn't have so many hoops that you have to jump through. Okay, number 6. So if you're going to open a website, 2 major things. Web hosting. You need to make sure that you have a company doing the web hosting. And normally if you go through Weebly or you go to Shopify, they're going to host the website for you. But you can also get that separately if you wanted to go that route and a domain name. So these 2 things are web hosting and a domain name. So how do you come up with a really good, catchy food business domain name? Well, it could be tricky and it could be sometimes challenging because a lot of domain names are already taken. Try to find something that's very short. Shorter the better, longer the worse. Don't have something that's like an entire sentence because it's not easy to remember. Something catchy, but Keep in mind your brand. If you have a vision or an idea for your brand for your food product or food business, even if you're reselling products, make sure that the name is catchy and it's something that reflects your brand. Once you get the domain name secured and the hosting, then you're ready to go with your website. Number 7, you need to familiarize yourself with shipping. If you are going to fulfill the orders and you are going to be buying the product and selling it and shipping, you need to understand shipping. And I don't mean that in a vague way. I mean, you need to understand the size, the package, the weight, the destinations, the different carriers, the different options, the different boxes. The USPS is the one that we predominantly use. They have over 40 different types of ways you can ship a product based on flat rate envelopes, regional A, regional B boxes, flat rate boxes, padded envelopes, legal size envelopes, and it goes on and on and on. Now, when you become familiar with the shipping, you'll understand how much to charge your customers. Very important. Because when I first started my business and I didn't know too much about shipping, I was losing a ton of money actually because I was buying boxes and I didn't understand the rates and the shipping, so I was losing money on the shipping. Now that I'm 12 years later, I understand it like the back of my hand. I can obviously sit here for 3 or 4 hours and drive you crazy talking about shipping rates. So understand and get familiar with shipping. Okay, because it's going to either cost you money or you're going to understand it so you can make money. Number 8, you need to make sure once you've got your product packaged and ready to go, and again, if you obviously don't have to worry about that if you're just reselling prepackaged products, you need to have great pictures, create great listings with great keywords and great descriptions. Okay, so understand that there's a lot more to it than just simply taking a picture and putting the name of it and a price and then thinking that everyone's going to buy it. You need to understand the importance of keywords, quality photos, and creating listings that are going to get people to buy your product. Number 9, you need to make sure that you're incorporated. Do not do this as a hobby where you can just think that you can do this on the side and sell a bunch of stuff and not worry about the idea of selling something, but make sure that you are. So make sure that you're incorporated. Do not take lightly the idea of selling food as a hobby. I don't recommend that. If you want to sell collectibles and other things, that's great, but people are not eating collectibles where they can get sick. So take it seriously and incorporate yourself. Preferably, I've always recommended to most of my clients to simply do an LLC. That is actually what we formulated as our food business when we got started. It's very simple, very easily structured, and it has a lot of tax benefits as well. I would highly recommend also my advice, take that up with your accountant. I am definitely not an accountant, but talk to them about the benefits of having an LLC as well. So incorporate yourself, please, so you can protect yourself. The last one, number 10, is actually going to be insurance. Food producers, food business insurance. Now, you might be thinking, well, I'm not going to be making the food, Damien, so do I really need insurance? Yes. You can get insurance if you are a food wholesaler or someone who's reselling food and you're simply just warehousing it and shipping it. That is fine. But make sure you get yourself insurance and an LLC. So with all those 10 steps said, it is a great foundation for you to understand what you can and can't do. So it gives you some direction. Now, again, more specific information, like I said in the opening, find out for yourself, check into the local laws, okay, and the municipalities where you live and your state. I'll add as many links as I can down in the description. Like I said, I'll give you some great other additional benefits to take a look at. So if you guys have questions about selling food online and starting an online food business, please do let me know, and I will jump on those questions as quick as I can. And always check out our playlist. We have a ton of playlists as well that are a bunch of videos set up already. You can just simply hit play and check out a multitude of information as well, absolutely free. So we'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching Marketing Food Online. And if you are looking to create your own food truck, start a home-based food business under the cottage food law, franchise a food operation, start a packaged food business, private label your own food product, sell on Amazon, get your own online store, or sell food online, remember to subscribe and check out these videos for more resources. Take care.